I'm reading today from the traditional territories of the Coast Salish Nation, the Lekwungen-speaking people, the Wasanic, the Songhees, and the Esquimalt, and I am very grateful to be doing that today. The first poem that I'm going to read is called "This Street Is Not a River." And this poem is taken from a book called Earl Street. It's an entire book about this very street. This poem is a longer poem, and it's a bit of a ramble of a poem, trying to mimic the way the street runs through. It's a very long street, and it has very few actual blocks. So it's a long poem. This street is a strategy, an abode biding time, warp and weft, east to west, or perhaps walking on the diagonal, buying sockeye on sale at the mall, a half a block away, galvanized nails, nail brushes from the home hardware, drugs at the heart. This street is a convenience, double-edged, a place for the impermanent and for those who never leave. "Welcome to the cult capital, wizards and covens," said the ferry terminal cashier that first day we moved to Vancouver Island. Beyond conventions of home, hominess, hi honey, homonyms, ad hominems, almost homogeneous, hey ho, hey ho. My father's father in County Antrim, born out of wedlock, raised with the horses and sheep. A rivulet runs under, a watercourse unlit by sky, a ruined Garry Oak meadow, minus the camas, minus chocolate lilies, pink shooting stars, bright yellow tips. That kind of damage, progress, the underside of. When I first moved here 12 years ago, the street was a siding, a way station between worlds, a small human procession moving at the rate of blood circulating around the human knee. Back then, everyone who walked past me had a face in skin tones of gray. They wore hell's horns on their well-salted heads, a never never land in isolation. I don't know. Maybe the street chose us. Two sidewalks running parallel lines, a kind of safety, not quite solace, an island inside an island. My mother's father, his office job at the Northern Electric, heart bursting there, 6 children at home. The inside-outness of this vantage point, this particular place on the globe, a mild foreboding, this bedroom window, 2nd floor, its own solitary dimension. Who's not an outsider? Its own half-light, a form of void. This house is a boat. It floats. Some outsiders are more outside. Whoever abides here with me on this block, on this 2-way tar track with no life-saving bumps, keeps their true thoughts inside their breast pockets. Wires caught like fishing line in the Katsura, the overstory of boulevard trees. Cars shortcut the major arterial route, heedless of the Hollywood Park located midway, a pseudo la-la land that hooks onto the main thoroughfare, which heads off towards the blue-bounded sea. The street is not 4 stories high, not layered, not wedding cakes or Black Forest or Tales of Hoffman, though the Offenbachs live 5 houses down and across. Red arches at their feng shui door, where last month suddenly the mother died and last year the sister. The father still makes small wooden soldiers, leafing gold flakes onto their tiny lapels. This street is not a Hollywood movie, despite the eponymous park. Not The Sound of Music, not a book, not Jane Eyre or The Wasteland. Not exactly, although it harbors shadows and hedges, half moons, the mildewy leaves of red roses, broken devices, broken glass. Also nightmares and the occasional thief, a drum kit, an old sewer system, storm drains, a family of deer that eat stargazer lilies but leave the lavender untouched, English and French, Spanish as well. Twin babies cry, mothers cry, and while none of these homes are constructed of glass, so much is frangible. My family will not leave me alone, nor do I leave them unattended. This street offers no safe needle disposal sites, no steel yellow boxes affixed to utility poles, no old school flaneurs wander by in dark blue berets. This street is not a flood of new ideas, nor treeless, nor open full to the sky. It is not tolerant or intolerant altogether, not lacking in song-specific buff-colored birds or song-deprived crows. It is not without a daycare or an optometrist or amateur car mechanics bookending the corners at the Midwest, not without baseball fields or an empty house, so far unhaunted or not. I can no longer listen to the world's unraveling, plastic bags at the shoreline, cars, leaf-blowing machines. I am overcome by fumes. My family visits without calling ahead, even at night. The street lamps do not illuminate the edges of ordinary dread. Pitch dark, street light gets lost in the branches, which every night scratch at my single pane glass. This street is afloat in precision and time on a wetland of history, a nano flash. You could sink to your knees. It goes nowhere but to the heart. Still breathing, a small bocchetto, a gaze from the portals. Starship midway to nothing much. It is not a haven. No one owns a blue backyard pool, nor are there vegetables in every garden, nor a chicken in every pot, nor a ham. Across the street, a stay-at-home mom, her children grown up, almost gone, polishes the silver hood of the family's new pickup truck, phones us when a tree topples in overnight wind. She watches for cars that don't belong, for lost dogs, noxious weeds, oiled water pooling at curbside, noises, small fissures in the street's presentation. While the sound of the underground river, while native grasses attempt restoration, interrupt thoughts of my mother in her green suede high heels. I don't mention belonging, being here only 12 years, uncertain how neighbors perceive the missing husband, children too, the way we hold ourselves, she and I, like hinged gates. Two other women move onto the street. They own 2 black and white dogs. They erect an orange cat in the living room window. This street is not a pipeline, and yet there is gossip. It is not a river, and yet a river. Under the drain in our basement near the back door, the floor is webbed and cracked, the water table rising. puddles, clumps of wet, rotten root. Eyeball pressed to the small concave grate, water rushing, mouth to the bars, blind trout with eyes bulging like marbles. The water shines black. The river sings under the iron disk of a grill. Perpetual risk. All houses on this street rest on the flow inside their pale stucco crusts. I say this to no one. When the earthquake subducts, there will be liquefaction. Above all, this place is my echo environment, my now geo-niche, my backyard and front, my almost home, extension of self, ecosystem, my forest, my meadow, my immediate surround. This street is what happens in the morning when I open the blinds. The orange cat grows large behind its glass pane. Spiders web the back windows where wind blows them like sails. Trees mature. Whenever a truck rumbles the road, the bed pulses and shakes. So this poem is called a haibun. It's a Japanese form of poetry. And I wrote a haibun. There are about 8 of them in this book. And they're all in relationship to this very tree that I'm leaning against called a katsura. And the reason I chose a Japanese form to talk about this tree is because it's a Japanese tree. Apparently, according to my neighbors, all these boulevard trees are katsura. They were imported from Japan and they arrived probably about 40 years ago. So they're all the same age, they all look kind of the same, but this is my tree because it's on my property. And so through this the writing of the very urban collection of poetry, you can tell it's urban because now we have urban noises going on. Although I was writing about concrete and cars and construction, in the end I fell in love with the tree, which is part of nature, which is, of course. And so there are 8 or 9 of these poems for the tree. This one is the first one in the book, and it's called, in Japanese, this tree is Katsura. Katsura, tree of trees, you see me through my bedroom window. Years have you watched, so close I could comb my fingers through your green hair. When I leave you, you wait for me to return, sometimes for days. You are as patient as stone. In the book I'm reading, a woman will commit suicide. In some parts of Japan, this might be an act of honor, moral courage, a sense of pride. She will kneel in front of a train. In the book, she is simply weary of life. Katsura, your leaves are small lungs. You watch me with so much attention, even when your leaves fall from your branches, leaving you almost bereft. Dusk bands the sky, barred owl, its own feathered cage. This is another haibun. It includes my lovely Katsura, and it's called Good Friday, Blossoms Give Way. In the park, a man in a bunny suit throws candy to children dressed in blue and gold-colored jackets. The sun with us now. Later, the twins who live across the street are carried home, one in each parent's arms, the older child, 2. Under your new leaves, Katsura, an old man steers his bicycle into the road, a carry cart hitched to the back, where his grandson sits under a canopy of bright yellow cloth. All the tortures, archetypal, major and minor, happen in another place, far away, long ago. Your leaves glisten sunbeams over the cart that carries the boy on his way home for his lunch. Northern flicker in a Harris tweed suit, underskirts of red silk, perfectly one. After breakfast comes the light. Droplets spangle the mid-panel of my bedroom window, only the mid-panel, the rain shower that fast, precise. Beyond the window, hydro wires bisect the maple, tips thin to red. Beyond the maple, a quarter rainbow cliches the sky. The cliched sky is blue. Sun blinds, clears the sidewalk, saturates buds on the viburnum. Cars shine chrome, doors yellow. A man leaves his house in green trousers. The street washes itself in detail, almost too much to bear, the clarity, the hopefulness of it all. White trim partitions one house from another. To say the street below approximates perfection is to engage the imperfect. To say the line of rooftops reaches out towards infinity is to pin the eye to the horizon. A white dog at the end of a purple leash, a boy in a pink hat. The desire for the original might be the original sin, wanting all things new again. And yet, who can help it? Who refuses paradise when light comes after sudden rain?